Gamescom 2018 had its first major day today, and today is where we saw all of the new information, some of the new reveals, and there was a lot that came out. So in this video, we're going to be going over 10 huge new things that we found out at Gamescom 2018. This goes from trailers, new game reveals, release dates, and everything in between. Let's get right into this. First up, we got a brand new gameplay demo for Devil May Cry 5 along with a new trailer, and on top of that, we've got an official release date for the game. We knew that the game was coming early next year, but now we have an official date with March 8th, 2019. So not too far into next year, but it is escaping that early window of just insane releases. That date of February 22nd, namely, is pretty insane, where you have Anthem, Days Gone, and Metro Exodus all being released on the same day. So that would have been really bad if DMC5 was released on that day, but no, it's coming a few weeks later on March 8th. Also, as we expected, we got a ton of new gameplay footage along with a new gameplay trailer with that slick music. Once again, the gameplay itself also looks very stylish. Devil May Cry 5, definitely a 2019 title to keep your eyes on, and it is shaping up very nicely. Good to see DMC back in our lives. Next up is a game that's been in the works for quite a while, but now we finally have an idea of when we can play. We actually have an official release date, and it's rather soon, and that is for Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Along with the release date reveal, we've got an awesome new trailer that really sets the tone for this game. Seems like this game does have a pretty strong narrative attached to it. The gameplay looks solid, and it's just great to see more Ace Combat, because this is a game that we thought we were going to be able to play a while ago. Originally announced as one of the PSVR's main titles, it suffered through some delays, but now we'll finally get our hands on the game on January 18th. Ace Combat has been a long-running franchise, and Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown looks to raise the bar for this series, and again, it's coming January 18th. Next up, we know that Supermassive Games were teasing a new project, and they've actually teamed up with Bandai Namco to bring out the Dark Pictures Anthology. Obviously, Supermassive Games are the guys behind Until Dawn, and the Dark Pictures definitely gives you that similar vibe. Supermassive worked on a couple of other games that didn't turn out all too well, so it's nice to see them going back to cinematic horror games, and the Dark Pictures will be a series of standalone cinematic branching horror games, so this is a pretty interesting release pattern. The first in the series is called Man of Medan and is launching in 2019. We have no idea as far as pricing goes. I don't believe that these will be separate games. Rather, you'll probably buy the Dark Pictures and it'll be more of an episodic release. That's kind of what I got, but still great to see Supermassive Games doing what they do best.
Has an essence. I told you to leave everything down there alone. We have unexpected guests. What are you doing? Alex? Julia? Guys!
Next up, we finally saw some of Life is Strange 2. We got the reveal trailer, and it's set to begin very, very soon, so they kind of held out on this for quite a while. But it's very surprising because Life is Strange 2 could have just been a game that followed up on the first title and didn't do much to change things up, but this is a completely different game. The main relationship in Life is Strange 2 is the bond between the brothers, the main characters, Daniel and Sean, and as Daniel's older brother and caretaker on the journey, Sean, he'll need to make decisions and show Daniel right from wrong. Just as in real life, you are a role model for someone young, and Daniel will develop based on the behavior of Sean. You play as Sean, so this is a very interesting dynamic. The decisions you make throughout the story will not only impact you, the main character of Sean, but also your younger brother of Daniel, so very interested to see how that turns out. Again, Life is Strange 2 will be kicking off on September 27th.
On the ground! Don't move! Oh.
What are we gonna do now?
There's nothing we can't do. As long as we're together.
Next up, we had the announcement of the Dark Souls Trilogy, a 3-disc collection of From Software's epic franchise. Yes, all of the Dark Souls games are already available on the PlayStation 4, so it's not like any of these games are making their first time appearance on the PlayStation 4, but if you've never gotten into Dark Souls or you just want all of the games in one collection, you can do so with the Dark Souls Trilogy. We weren't told how expensive this trilogy is going to be, but considering it's all 3 games with Dark Souls Remastered, Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, and Dark Souls 3 The Fire Fades Edition, meaning that you get all 3 base games as well as all of the DLC. If it is released for $60, that is quite an excellent deal. I imagine that it will be released at $60, but if you remember, Bandai Namco also put out the Naruto Legacy Collection, and they did price that a little bit higher. I believe that was released at $69.99 or $79.99 because it did include so many games. We might see something similar with Dark Souls Trilogy, but a pretty cool collection for those of you that want Dark Souls all in one package. Next up, we knew that Cyberpunk 2077 was gonna get some more information. Unfortunately, we didn't get a gameplay demo, but we did get some new first-person screenshots. These screenshots look pretty good, and apparently this is of the in-game engine, and this game looks pretty insane visually. I'm sure these screenshots were taken of the game running on a high-end PC. It'll be interesting to see how this game does run on a PlayStation 4. I highly doubt that we see this game in 2019, and I've been saying for quite a while that yes, I do believe it'll be released on the PS4, but I could very well see this be a cross-gen game, and based on these screenshots, I definitely get that hint once again. The game looks great, just let me see a gameplay demo. I want to see this game fluid in motion. I know everyone behind closed doors got to see it. I was really hoping at Gamescom that we would get our eyes on that. Apparently it was a lengthy demo that was shown off there as well, so fans of the game, the people that are actually going to buy the game, were getting piecemealed such little information, just screenshots. Come on, CD Projekt Red. If you want to see the gameplay, Gamescom is not over yet. Maybe they'll show off more. Hopefully that is the case, and we'll keep you guys updated. Moving on, another long anticipated game, Shenmue 3 has gotten its release date, and along with that, a brand new trailer in the Shenmue 3 The Prophecy trailer. Now, Shenmue 3's release is a long ways out. You usually don't see a firm definitive release date set for a game over a year out, but that's what we got for Shenmue 3. It's scheduled for a release on August 27, 2019. Now, I would take that with a huge grain of salt. First of all, this is a game that's seemingly gone through some development turmoil. They've spent a lot of time on the title. It was a game that was help-funded through Kickstarter, and whenever a game is help-funded through Kickstarter, you have to be hesitant in terms of release windows, and this is a game that its release date is being set over a year out. I very well could see this being delayed, but for now, we have that August 27, 2019 release date to hold our hat to. Next up, I mentioned that The Division 2 was gonna be at Gamescom, and we got a brand new gameplay trailer of the game. Personally speaking, I'm not all too excited for The Division 2. I enjoyed the first Division, but it seems like that there is a lot of anticipation surrounding The Division 2, so more power to everyone that's super stoked for the game. The trailer that they did show off didn't show off much gameplay. It was dubbed a gameplay trailer, but really it was more of a cinematic trailer. Still definitely sets in a little bit of anticipation for the game, as it is coming early 2019. By the way, if you do pre-order the game, you will get access to the private beta, so that is a reason to pre-order, and the game itself will be releasing on March 15th. So once again, that early 2019 period looking pretty stacked.
One thing is beyond question. This is where we push back. This is our defining moment. If we fail, our nation falls. We are the free world's last line of defense.
Next up, we got a brand new trailer for a game that I'm personally very excited for, and that is Metro Exodus, and this trailer does look pretty awesome. Metro Exodus was announced last year, and it will be having its official release on February 22nd. It's coming out on the same day as a couple of other heavy hitters, so it'll be interesting to see how this game does commercially, but this game looks to be a gigantic leap over Metro Last Light and Metro 2033. Now, we've already seen a sizable amount of gameplay of Metro Exodus, so none of this comes off all too shocking, but the game is shaping up very, very nicely, and if you've yet to play Metro 2033 or Metro Last Light, you're doing yourself a grave disservice. I believe both those games are on sale on the PlayStation Store right now. Go buy them, have a great time with those, and then get excited for Metro Exodus as it's scheduled to release on February 22nd. For now, if you're interested, you can have a look at the Gamescom 2018 gameplay trailer. And lastly, we got some information about Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode. That is one of the more interesting elements of Battlefield 5. I know everyone that watches these videos are pretty much sick of Battle Royale games, but there's still definitely a huge market for them. We've been hearing about a lot of other Battle Royale games. By the way, Housemarque's Battle Royale game did get a trailer. There was a short teaser for Battle Royale at the end of the Battlefield 5 Gamescom trailer that was released earlier, and then Benoit, global community lead for EA's Star Wars game, revealed a little tidbit over at Reddit. Quote, Royale is being made by a different studio, not DICE. So Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode is being outsourced to a different studio. Maybe that's why the core Battlefield 5 game still looks as sizable as ever. They didn't remove a single player campaign, the multiplayer still has a ton of depth. It makes sense for a different studio to work on that portion, but I'm sure it's being overseen by DICE. If you don't know, there was a trailer release for Battlefield 5 earlier, and that was a pretty cool trailer, but I think there's still more work to be done on the promotional side of Battlefield 5, and I think the fact that commercially the pre-orders have been rather low shows that EA does have some work to do with this game. That might be collateral damage from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 debacle last year. There are a lot of other elements too. It's being released in between Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Just not great timing for that, but hopefully Battlefield 5 can still turn out to be a great multiplayer first-person shooter. So that's gonna conclude this video. Those are all of the 10 huge new things that we found out at Gamescom 2018 so far. This is day one. Usually you get the biggest pieces of information on day one, but I'm sure more gameplay and things of that sort are still to come. Hopefully we do see some new Cyberpunk gameplay or Cyberpunk gameplay for the first time. CD Projekt Red has kept us waiting too long on that, but that's gonna conclude this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.